Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to Space Engineers. I'm your host, Quantator. What time is it? Time to say hello. Oh, this is an airlock that doesn't work because, well, I mean, you know, not much way to lock in the air. Last time on Tater Ballsy, we did this. We got the hydro cart. I did some extra stuff to it. I added some lights to it. You can see it's very bright right now. That was kind of the last thing we did. I did some stuff off screen to add some lights. So we got ourselves a little cart to go back and forth in case we need to go get some more snacks, which we are probably going to need. On this episode, as stated previously, what's going to happen is I think we're going to do some base design. We're going to come over and check our drill, see how we're doing. We almost to the cobalt. Oh, look how deep we've gone. How did we? It doesn't feel like. Oh, there's cobalt right there. So the only problem is it looks like no, it's not all the way. Well, we're going to have to figure out how to get that cobalt because it is clearly not gotten by the sweeps. So we may have to, I don't know, we'll figure out what we're going to do. We should have some materials though. If we swing over into our inventory, you can see in here, we can check our ores. We do have some stone in the babillions. This should be doing only stone. It is. We're chewing through all those things. Um, Ingots, We've got, what do we got on the ingot front? We've got some cobalt. Not a lot. That's honestly not a lot of ingots. I was hoping more, but we've got tons of materials coming in. We're not super worried. So I think the best thing to do right now is, honestly, to have a meteor storm inbound, because that's what you want when you're doing an intro. That's the thing you need. I think we're going to go hop over to the other base really quick. We're going to grab some more kelp crisps, taking our sweet little hydrocart. We need a name for this, guys. That is the thing that needs to happen next, is we got to get a name for our hydrocart. Looks cool though. I enjoy it. I've got an event controller on it to do all the things it needs to do. We're going to go over here to ground zero. The other thing that I did go ahead and put a landing gear on it because I thought to myself, what does a tater need more than a landing gear? And there was lots of answers, and none of that was helpful. So I put one on here. It is not auto lock, but it's just so we can land in places where there may not be a small connector, such as our old base. Um, Come in here for a nice little squat. Turn the engines off, and there you go. Look at that. It looks good. I like it. I like it a lot. It's a little weird little cart. Only serves a purpose for running around, running errands, so that's great. It's been a minute since we've been here. Everything's looking great. We don't have a miscellaneous container or an ingredients container. Um, Last time, I think Clyde asked why we had so many somethings. So we got some ramen here. Let's just grab the rest of these. He asked why we had so many large cargo containers at the other base, and I think honestly it's just because I wanted to be able to store infinite amounts of things. We have a cryo chamber here we can sleep. We've got our... This base is fully supplied. Obviously, if damage were to happen, we've got a welder that can take care of it. I don't know what this thing is producing. I'm assuming that noise is... I don't know what that noise is. Assembler? So this base is kind of self-sufficient, but we got ourselves some more snacks. This is the only thing that does the snacks. So today's episode, what we're going to do is going to be a light on talking and a lot on building is my goal. What just happened? Oh. Um. I don't know what just happened there. That was fun. That was a fun thing that happened. Real quick, we can go in and check. Well, I think we're going to damage it again. Apparently those things were very damaged. How's our batteries doing over here? These look almost like they're 19% charged. Man, this thing is... And it sounds like the assembler's still doing stuff. What? I don't understand what's happening here. Let's take a look. power output. I don't know what is going on. Basic assembler, survival kit type 2. Oh, it's making food. I know what's happening. Okay, so I'm not really sure why these batteries aren't charged, per se. I don't know. Is this a setting you have to set to charge? Maybe it's a setting you have to set to charge. I'm not really sure, but doesn't really matter. We don't. This facility does not get a lot of use yet. I need to park the squirrel back over here at some point. I think the next step is going to be to check our ammo here. Got 41, so you've got ammo still, and probably to check our ammo here. So I think what we're going to do, we're going to head back to the other base now that I've blown this place up for some super fun reason. And we're going to, not crash into that. So I think the next thing we want to do is go back to the other base, get ourselves some blocks on board, and yeah, I think the plan is going to be, first and foremost, we need to do thruster components. I think the reverse, it's backwards thrust, hydro thrust back. Let's save those. Let's go here, hydro thrust back. We're going to toggle on off, and this way we can very easily coast and not spend so much fuel. That's the plan, that's the idea. Yeah, this place is looking pretty good if we do a little fly around. It's not looking bad. We've got some definite, like, we got some cargo storage was pretty good. The lighting is kind of weak on those. We might need to fix that. But I think everything looks pretty nifty as far as all things are considered. So let's go ahead and get this thing landed up. And I think what we're going to do is we're going to have a base building episode. I know we've been doing a lot of the building stuff and not tons of excitement, but you know, the problem with excitement is it gets you killed. And as previously stated by Chad and all the kids, all the friends in the family, the big issue with that happening is that, well, when you get murdered by stuff, you don't you don't come back to life very easily. And so yeah, I think we just gotta make sure we've got some stuff. So I'm gonna grab a couple of blocks here, here. I want to know why the production, we seem to be stuck on these items here. And that's weird to me. Is it because the other assembler is doing the work? No, it's not. Okay. Well, I don't know what's going on there. We can just do what we need to do. So, base design time. I think what we need, have we changed our steel plate? We're at 25. Okay, we've got plenty of steel plate. Okay, so let's get some stuff done. Let's see what we want to do. I think we're going to work on airlocks first. That's going to be one of the things we do, and yeah. So we're going to get to it. Let's go. Alrighty, so we are got ourselves our control room for our control room for this looks pretty good. Got some lighting in here. We're going to do some lighting change up and stuff like that, but I think overall it looks pretty good. I definitely I like the windows and some stuff. We can definitely put like a planter or something in here. I don't even know if I don't know if it'll fit in there or won't. So like we have, we have some space to do some things, but it's never going to be, what we could do actually, that would be kind of neat. Instead of having a window right there, we could just do this planter here and give it a, yeah, I kind of like the look at that. Let's get some window footage here, and then we can take a look at it and say like, oh, look at this, cool. Like we got a planter going on in there, and so the same thing over here. We can have another one of those. I think that looks neat. I've not used this block at all. I do really like it, so it's weird that I haven't used it at all. It's just one of those things that hasn't come across my periphery as a thing to use. But I like the motion and it looks good. Gives us some light in here, so like we obviously have lights, a truffer light and those guys there, and then we can look out at our mine and survey the stuff. Honestly, this could come out another block and it would probably be okay, but I think we're okay right now. I don't think it needs to be too much bigger. Now, obviously, this isn't enclosed at all, so we have effectively a danger gap here where all of that is not closed off at all. But I like the windows looking out. I initially was going to have that kind of armored in, but I don't think I'm going to anymore. I think this kind of will give some like separation there and stuff like that. So this is going to be the footprint of the base, the basic size. I don't think we really need this anymore. I think what we could effectively do, I think just for grins, we could do like that right there. Oh, I'm hungry. Man, it scared me. I heard a noise like a demon was attacking, and it's just me being hungry. Oh, that was alarming. Cool. So happy to have had that. It sounds like something is bouncing around, but I don't know what. And that's suspicious. I don't love the idea of something bouncing around. So yeah, we've got ourselves. This is going to be a control module. I want to say I had plans for this to become the airlock. So we could say airlock, and then I believe I have a script for that. Let's take a look. Yeah, whips auto door airlock. So I don't really know exactly what this do. I know you have to like label add the tag excluded. It's pretty simple stuff, right? Like we've got interior airlock door needs to have prefix, interior, exterior, all the exteriors have to have prefixes. So I don't know if there's an example of it. I want to say the prefixes are exterior, interior. I'm not entirely sure on those. Oh, so prefix, so it'd be like dock, airlock, interior, dock, airlock, exterior, like that. And then I'm not status light, that's just a status light. So we could do, so yeah, that's perfect. I don't think it actually did it, but if we come over here and we look at this guy and we say, you're going to be dock, airlock, exterior. Okay, and spell the word. And this is going to be right there. And we say dock, airlock, interior. So in theory, now if I do like this and we come in here, we edit, we browse scripts, we say airlock, we refresh, hit OK, we check the code, it says successful, hit OK. And then so what happens is, yeah, so it's got this thing. So now what happened is when this one's open, this is turned off, and I hit this, it shuts this door, and it turns it off, and then it opens this door, supposedly. Yeah, see how this, so then when I come in here and I click this, it'll close that, and then it turns that one off. Anyways, just a quick little script. You don't have to have timer blocks everywhere, so I got that one, and then this one would be, I actually don't know what we would call this one. I think it just, yeah, so we would have to figure out what these are going to be called. But this is going to be the landing pad for this thing. Um, I don't know. I need to find a way to get cargo access to this guy, and I just haven't done that yet. That's a thing on the list. We have all these things over here that we need to fill in that hole for that guy there. Honestly, we could probably do this right like this. Dump that in there. Chop this guy off. And then my guess would be probably the best thing to do if I wanted to keep this guy going is I would do that right there. Instead of it being down. And then what I could do is I need some of these guys. And then I need that color. Do that. And then we need to do that for the rest of them because I think we have a couple other blocks like that where, yeah, this thing here, same exact problem. It just, instead of it being pointed up, I pointed it sideways just because I wanted to get more throughput, I guess. I'm not really sure. And then, now I can't find the button. There's that guy there. Beautiful. Same thing here. Another one of these bad boys just facing the wrong direction. And that's okay. Now these, honestly, I could leave them up because they're effectively like a repair grid for all this stuff, right? Like we don't, we don't need to pull them down for any reason other than there's that guy. And do we have anything over here? No, I think we don't. So that's good for all of those pieces. We've got the lights there. Perfect. So now if I just come in here and I say welders, want to make sure they're all back on the welders save. So ideally we come in here. I don't have a way to get up. I probably need to have a ladder system or a rail system that goes down to there, and then that way I don't have to come around here. But we've got these door locks. This guy here, we're going to call you storage airlock exterior. And you'll be called nothing because I didn't type storage airlock interior. There we go. And then my energon's low because I'm running around. So this is the factory. Now, this is just a mining thing. This initially wasn't going to be our base. We were going to go take that other base. But if we think about this as a base, I could have like an outcropping. We probably want another set of containers out here maybe at some point. I don't know. Maybe we don't. It's not hypercritical. But I would assume we might want to put additional Gatling guns back there. Just because, honestly, we need to be able to defend all points. And so that might actually be a good idea if I go grab the color from this guy and I say, let's get 2 Gatling guns. I'm going to face you this direction and you this direction. Beautiful. So now I should be able to run over here. Oh, smack into that. That's good. Good job, me. That's what you want. That's how you do things. And then we just crank on all the welders again. That should get everything situated. Looking good. We're going to need some magnesium. So I think next thing we're going to have to do, guys, honestly, is we're going to have to probably add 2 welders on top of each of those hydrogen tanks. Honestly, wouldn't be a bad idea. Let's see if I press this button here, this button here, and I get 2. I think I'm going to come back over here, and I think we're going to chop this guy down. We don't need it anymore. Obviously, there's something I could put right here, maybe another cargo container, maybe an air vent. Probably an air vent. I think that's what I will put back here, is I'll just do a quick little air vent to kind of give us some air in the space. At some point we'll need it. Obviously this isn't going to bleed oxygen into the atmosphere like one might think it is. That'll fill this space here. We're going to need one for this space in here, but it's not hypercritical just yet. We also need to do a solar tower and probably some food production over here because I'm living on kelp crisps. Now, because this isn't our base, I don't know If we make a detached area, like over here in this flat space, we make a detached area for a farm, or, hear me out, we start another drill, or we could take, nah, we can't take, I was going to say we could take and do a drill right here, another set, and dig out a hole for a farm nestled inside a little pit. I think that could be kind of neat. I think we got, I don't know what else is lower down here. This is all iron, so this has been useful, but look how much cobalt we're going to miss out on. It's just, it's not good. It's not great. So I think what's going to have to happen is we're going to have to rename these guys, set another piston on that boy, maybe two, and then dig another hole. That's what I think. But that's going to happen next time because we made some good progress. We got this thing encapsulated, obviously. There's no door to seal it in. This is a factory. It's not going to be the base, I don't think. I think we still want to take a base and make that a specific special homestead, but we also need to set up an iron mine of some sort. But what I was saying, and what I forgot to finish my thought on, we probably want to do this and this. And the reason we want to do those things is because, um, well, mostly we're going to need more welders, I think is really what it is. And so if we save them all here, and then we crank them all on, this might even get welded up, and then that one will weld up the next one. And then, yeah, I think that's just how we do. And this just allows us to build our base effectively and fastly and kind of get an idea. And obviously, I haven't closed in any of this section yet, so this is all kind of blah. But I think it's going to come along, and it looks like we are out of steel plate. If I had to take a guess, I would say we are out of steel plate. We're making it, though. Yeah, we are cooking along, so I don't know why that one's not welding. It's really quite all right. Oh, I do know exactly why it's not welding. Yeah, that's because of a dumb thing. It's because this has no way to get anything to it, uh, is what is happening there. So we'll just do that right there. Do this here, do that, save them, turn them on, and then that will weld up this side of the base that we weren't able to hit just now. And then we do need to build our solar tower. I think the solar tower is going to come right off the top. My thought is, hear me out. My thought is a solar tower would come right off the top of this, but I actually think I'm not going to do that. I think what's going to happen is we're going to run piping out to this direction over here, and we're going to build a I don't know what that was about. We're going to build ourselves a solar plant here and a power energy plant. And the reason I say over here, because I kind of want to do, instead of doing the ones that are on rotor and pistons, I think I kind of just want to do maybe fields of them that just rotate like just on a hinge, and just the hinge follows the sun across the sky. The downside is if we really quick summon the power of Ra, as we do sometimes, as we're wont to do. So it looks like the sun inadvertently always crosses. So so the solar panels, all right, it was about over here. That's 24-hour cycle. That's where it was. So it looks like solar honestly might be better over here because it's going to not be blocked by any of this stuff. And we would just build a couple of sectors of it that go back and forth. Um, yeah, I don't know. And I don't know, should we have the industrial area next to, also have the industrial area next to our farms? Maybe we shouldn't. Maybe that's a terrible idea. Maybe we don't want to do that at all. And I think I kind of like the idea, so I'm going to leave that open for something. But I think what we're going to do is we're going to, I think, I don't like that. We're going to do, I think that's where we're going to do this. We're going to do this right here. Hear me out for a second. Now, obviously, I'm not going to, I would replace some of this stuff with windows just to have it. But my idea would be, to, let's see if I can get this to look somewhat what I want it to. Eight, we do it 8 right there, like that. And then, so that would be a beam holding up the inside of this place. And then I think what I want to do, I might even go a little bit one lower, do it this. We're just going to see what this looks like, because I want to have, I don't want to have, oh, this isn't going to work. Basically what I don't want to have is I don't want to have this, I don't want to have this all one big block, right? So if we do that right there, we go up to, we cut across to here. What is making that noise? Something's making that noise. Is it this thing? Are you not connected? No, you are connected. What is happening? What is making so much noise over here? It's like something's detached. Oh no. Okay, well that poses a slight risk. Just for grins. The shower's not complete, and it's definitely curing me of my rad. That's interesting. Note to self, that's kind of broken. You don't even need to have the shower complete. Okay, so get the radiation sickness down. That's good. And then get this block here. We're going to pop that, pop that, pop that. Okay, come over here really quick. Sit in this spot, turn these things on. I just want to get a look for it. So I like the idea of this being multi-tiered. I don't want it to just be a one-tier building. So how we make that look interesting and cool, we'll figure that out. But I think that's a good start. Definitely not this block. I think we want to do probably this all the way across. Is my thoughts. I actually don't mind the square edge, so we could do like that so that it gives it just extra dimension in that spot right there. And then we could do it like that. Like that, and then we could have, if I'm smart, which I'm not, because I don't do smart things, we could see if this would fit. It would fit 2 across. We could effectively do that. Let's go take a look and see what that looks like really quick, and then I'm going to wrap it. I keep saying I'm going to wrap it, and then I don't wrap it, and it's just a whole thing. But it's because I get excited. And you know when you're excited? It's really hard to lay these blocks out. And then what I would do, all right, let's see what that looks like really quick. Yeah, it's gonna look cool. And then I can even do those blocks right there in the center. I can do ultra lights. Give it some lighting in there. That'll be great. That will be great. Greatioso. I think that's cool. Yeah, all right. Look at that. We made some progress today. Got ourselves a shower. I definitely like the idea of troffer lights here. This is going to be cool. I don't know because because the light, because everything you see the light touches is will be yours one day. The beam blocks don't really, they're not really doing it for me. This doesn't really, I'm not really feeling it. I also am not feeling that I didn't center that. Did I just straight up not center this airlock? Ugh. Okay, it's fine. Asymmetrical builds are cool. All the kids are doing it. Nobody judge me. Or do. I'm not really worried about it. There you go. Perfect. Who knows what that's going to look like. Do that right there for now. Yeah, let's go ahead and take a look, and we're going to get that welded up, and then I think that's going to be it, guys. I think we might actually say that's it for this time for real. For real, for real. I think it, obviously, I didn't finish off the base, but I think it's coming together. We need a paint job. Obviously, we need some color. The one thing I see over here that I don't love, these blocks, while they are sitting on top of concrete, you can't tell that they're sitting on top of concrete because the concrete's dug into the ground. So I might do something. I don't know. I haven't decided. I also I know it's pointless. It doesn't matter necessarily, but I also kind of like the idea of like all of this having a concrete base, so it's not just those things right there. But I don't know. That's it's kind of like is there a point to it? And the answer to that is I don't really know. I don't think there is. But if you guys enjoyed this, you definitely came to the right place to enjoy more of it. Got ourselves a shower that works even though we're not. Yeah, we really come a long way. We got the little hover car. I think we're gonna do windows in that row right there. I didn't plan on it, but windows right there across that thing might look a little neat. Or maybe a porthole or two. I'm not really sure how I want to do that, but I think there's some cool design aspects we can get knocked out. So we're making some progress here. Look, we got new cannons. We definitely need to next round. We're gonna definitely have to set up um, a magnesium mine. We're gonna need some magnesium coming in because these guns are gonna run out of ammo quickly with all the stuff that I've done. We have our nice little hover bike, which is freaking awesome. I think it's cool. We still need a name for that, guys. So if you guys have a cool name or if you thought of something since last episode, you let me know. And we'll get it called that. We'll get it named up and labeled. Yeah, the base is coming along. Needs a paint job. Needs some space. Let me know. Should I do like a detached solar farm that just connects via it's like a pipeline? Should I do a detached farm grid here, or should I build the farm in a different spot? I kind of like the idea of that open field over there. Looks like a great space for a farm. Looks pretty flat. All those things. We're gonna add some more drills to the thing and see if I can't get ourselves some additional cobalt. I don't know that I will be able to, if I'm being honest. That's okay. It's all problems to be solved. To be engineered, if you will. Oh, said the title. Alright, guys. Appreciate you coming along. And that was a word, I promise. I appreciate you coming along. That's what I meant to say. Like I said, if you enjoyed this, you know what to do. I will catch you later, taters. And as always, be kind. Stay ornery. Bye.